there, yarn lovers, it's Gary and I'm coming to you from my happy place, the Yarn Corner here on Vancouver Island in Canada. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is Tuesday, January the 4th, 2022, and this is video number 135. How are you all doing? I hope well, and that the new year of 2022 has already started with wonderful stories and also your yarny crafty adventures have begun. I have some snowing happening outside here, so we've got some shoveling getting done outside of my place. So if you hear some scraping, that's what's happening along the way in this video. So what have I got to show? As the title suggests, it will be a little bit of a review of 2021. At the start of 2021, I chose 9 projects or 9 patterns to challenge myself if I had a little bit of a brain meltdown or a brain malfunction of what to choose next in projects. So I chose 9 patterns that I would possibly challenge myself and learn a new technique. So I'm happy to say that I concluded 7 of them. Nothing stressful. The other 2 will probably get done later down the way. And I actually had a change of heart on one of the patterns because I found a whole array of different styles of colorwork jumpers that I like way better than the one that I had chose for 2021. So I'll be looking at that card. I'll also be talking about some favorite makes of mine over the course of the 12 months of last year. And I've got a few to show you. Some I've gifted away as well. And I've got some happy mail that arrived that I'd like to share with you. And I want to say thank you to all of the people who wrote comments, either through an email or through the last video, wishing me and my husband, Chad, who I live with here in this little community that's new to us, a wonderful holiday season, as well as all the best for New Year. So yeah, I want to say thank you so much for those wonderful comments. I also have some, I guess it's winnings that I was drawn out of another podcaster's Treats Tuesday. Now that's Lynette from Charmed Grammy Crochet. Hi Lynette. And so I wasn't expecting to win anything, but the random comment picker never really picks my name out of all of the other giveaways that I've done in the past. But for some reason, this one worked out in my favor, and I was treated these wonderful yarn and a little book, and also something extra that I'll show you that Lynette sent me. And to all the yarny friends who have joined in and supported and commented over the course of 2 years since this channel has started, I want to say a huge thank you, whether you're with me from the beginning or whether you've just found me and you've subscribed. I want to say thank you so much. It's still really mind-blowing to me that so many people are out there watching the content that I create and also have some wonderful wisdom that they share with me, and I want to say that I really appreciate that. I'm still relatively a new knitter, crocheter and crafter, and I appreciate all of the invaluable advice, wisdom that you bestow on me. So I want to say thank you so much for supporting the channel. Okay, let's get stuck into the podcast, shall we? And look at what I'm wearing. So this is a shawl that I crocheted, and it's called the Rose Matrix Shawl. It is copyrighted to Knitting Fever, which is interesting because it is a crocheted shawl. It was published in Noro magazine, and if I mention anything of a name of a pattern or a YouTuber, given it will be put down in the description box down below. So if you want to take a look down there, that will be all the information on where you can find the patterns, if they're paid for. I do want to mention that if you're following a link to a paid for pattern, that you do shop around, because it is where I purchased the pattern from, and you know that every vendor sells different things at different prices. So my little advice to you is to make sure that you do shop around to get your best deal. But with that being said, let's take a look at some of the cards that arrived throughout the course of the holidays. And I'll start with Emmy Phillips sent me this card here. I won't read it. It has a long letter to Santa Claus from Johnny, a character, and it's all written on the front. It's a little spicy, so I won't read it because I think there are some choice words here. But Emmy, thank you so much. I always count on you to add a little bit of spice into our communication. So thank you so much for Johnny's Christmas card. The other thing that I received was a wonderful package from Penny Bolton, and in that was this wonderful card here. It says, barking around the Christmas tree. And these are her little friends here that she has at her house. This is Gwen and this is Missy. So I absolutely adore this card. Thank you, Penny, so much for it. I won't read the back of it, but it has a wonderful sentiment. With that, Penny also had put in her parcel a few things that me and hubby have eaten already. So wonderful chocolates from her surrounding area in Vermont. And this amazing wood burn carved placard. It has urban yarn on it. So I want to say what a wonderful job, and it's wonderfully done. So I'm going to sport that here on the shelf. I hope you don't mind, Penny. I love it so much. And also there was a wonderful cozy blanket that hubby and I cuddle up underneath when we're watching our movies. So I want to say thank you for that as well. Also, I received a card from our Tracy Fowler. Hi, Tracy, with a beautiful letter, and it caught me up with Tracy's ongoings. I want to say thank you so much for sharing all of the details with me, as well as some really, really special kind words about the channel. And I do want to say I appreciate all of what you said in the letter. And yeah, so thank you for those sentiments. In the envelope that Tracy had sent me as well came this little satchel of tea with a lovely message about drinking it by the Christmas tree. So our Christmas tree is still up because we just got home maybe about a week ago, and we're still enjoying it. So we haven't taken it down just yet. So I will be doing that for sure, because the letter, the tea tells me to drink it at a certain time of day. So I will do that for sure, Tracy. The next thing that arrived was, I was wishing Lynette from Charmed Grammy Crochet a congratulatory landmark that she hit on her channel. And it was on her Treats Tuesday, and I wasn't expecting to actually be randomly picked. But lo and behold, I did. I got picked to receive one of her Treats Tuesdays. It arrived in the post about a week ago. And I just want to show everyone the wonderful card and gifts that Lynette has sent me. Here is the Happy Holidays card. Here we go. Ho, ho, ho. And it says here, wishing you a jolly Christmas and the happiest of New Year. Happy holidays, happy hooking, Lynette. So thank you for that wonderful card, Lynette. In the parcel, there was a Hirschner's 2014 National Afghan Contest winner. I think it's like, it has the blankets in here for Christmas. And this one that won in 2014 was a gingerbread motif Christmas blanket. But I also see in here there are 3 other blankets that I can choose from. One's more of a Halloween blanket. And the back of the cover has snowmen on it and snowflakes. So wonderful little thing to add to my pattern collection for sure. I also was gifted the Dreamweaver, and I believe Dreamweaver is no longer available in her area, but I got 2 of these exclusive Dreamweavers that she has from her stash in these very celebratory Christmas colors, green, red, and white. It is 100% acrylic. And each skein is 5 ounces, and it is made in the United States. The care instructions are you can machine wash and tumble dry. It is a valued 2-pack. And the colorway, it doesn't have a colorway name, but I'm sure it's Christmas inspired. Also, we have, ooh, what is this? Premier Knitting Needles and Notions Organizer. That is cool. I like that a lot. So it's something that you can put all of your scissors and little crafting tools in. I have a lot of crochet hooks that are loose, so I'm going to open this up and put all my hooks in it. I'll do that today because they're just floating around in a box. So that'll be great to have them all together. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So what I've got to share with you next is the gridded formation Make 9 card that I took photographs of all of the makes that I completed in the Make 9 card. And you'll notice that 2 of the images are grayed out because I didn't get a chance to do them. It wasn't anything stressful. I probably get to one of the makes that I really still want to do. The other one, I've had a change of heart on. I've since found so many other colorwork sweaters that are out there that I want to try and perhaps maybe add a little bit more color than the one that I had chose for my Make 9 card for 2021. So I'll showcase that and share that with you, but I also have a second chart that I made up into a grid of 9 photographs of other items that were some of my favorites for 2021 as well. So that will follow directly after. So enjoy the little graph that I put together of my special makes for 2021. Okay, so in 2022, I have not made up a Make 9 card for this year. I have so many of my project bags that already have little makes in them or little starts of whips or patterns that I've picked up from 2021 and stuffed them in. And I have a lineup of probably around 6 to 7 months worth of work. Now, that's not to say that other things might jump at me beforehand and I might have to, switch my queue up. I always gravitate to the things that I want to knit or want to crochet. So sometimes it switches around. Sometimes I see something else, something shiny, something blue. So I get distracted and those things will take precedence on how I'm feeling and what I want to work on. So I've cracked open a tub here of stuff that we can look at. Now, some of them might have been shown in the little gridded formation. Some I've gifted away from that photo shoot that I had throughout the course of 2021. So I would love to showcase what I've got in my tub that I can talk to you about some of the learns and finds. So here we have the first one here. It is a crocheted cowl, and the cowl is called the Cobblestone Cowl by Kay Adolphson. So this was a pattern generously gifted to me by my 2 friends down in Australia, Justine and Simone. Hi, Justine and Simone. And this one was me learning how to hold multi-strands of yarn together to get my super bulky 6. So I held 4, I think there were around 4 different yarns together. And I crocheted around it in this black and white speckly yarn. I just love the texture that it created. And you might be able to see it if I kind of hold it up to the camera, how they do look like little cobblestones. So really, really nice learn there for me. And I love the pattern. I did a few of them and I may even go back and do another one because it was so much fun. The next one that I have is a hat, and it's from Tin Can Knits, which was a really fun make for me. And this one is a little too small, so it fits a 22, 23 inch head. My head's around a 23, 24 inch, but I really enjoyed using up this yarn. It was a hand-dyed yarn that I cooked up in the kitchen myself and combined with some other store-bought yarn. Absolutely had fun with this. I made a second one, which was a little bigger, and hubby grabbed that and said, thank you, I'll take that. So he really likes it. I might have to make another one for myself. And this one here, another favorite of mine, I have to say, because I created the pattern to it. It is the Bush Tracker Beanie in 2021, and I knitted this one up. It is to the large size hat, and it uses the herringbone stitch and 1x1 ribbing. Really, really nice, fluffy and squishy finish in the fabric. The next up is a knitted cowl that you saw in my Make 9 card. It is one of my favorites of 2021, and it is the 3-color cashmere cowl by Joji Locatelli. Now, I think I'm showing you upside down. It's this way here. There we go. And I used 4 colors, not 3. I did not use cashmere. I used wool and wool blend and some polyester yarn that I had in stash. The next one is also a cowl. I love making cowls. They're probably my favorite things. And this one here is using brioche and a flea stitch in color work. And this one I'm calling, it's not to a pattern, it's just something that I created myself. I'm calling it the nested brioche cowl. The next is also a knitted scarf or wrap. And, oh, I think I'm showing you the wrong side. The learn here for me was fading technique. So holding 2 strands of yarn together, but cutting up the colors so that the 4 colors that run through this scarf fabric are bleeding into one another. So you get this lovely, wonderful fade. I think they call that drifting as well in some parts. And I absolutely love working up this pattern. So it's a really, really long scarf or wrap. And it is to the pattern called the Adventuring Scarf. And it's by Amber O'Brien. Absolutely loved it. Beautiful yarn too. The next few that I have for you were all to do with a book that I purchased. So it's called 1,000 Japanese Knitting and Crochet Stitches. And I had picked up a lot of different techniques from using this book. Again, making different swatches as well, like long length swatches that ended up being scarves or cowls that I've joined together into a circular formation. So I'll show you a few of the ones that I absolutely love. This one here is a crocheted stitch sampler, and it's probably around 6 feet long, but going through many of the stitches within the stitch dictionary, and I've called it the Medina Wrap. So the Medina is kind of a Moroccan village which is fenced off by a fortress wall. So I thought the colors and the textures looked and reminded me very much of a Moroccan Medina. So yeah, absolutely loved working up this one. And the other 2 knitted cowls with honeycomb stitch from the Stitch Dictionary as well. And here we have Latte honeycomb cowl using 10-gram scraps of yarn for banding each of the width of the honeycomb. So I ate through a lot of my scrap stash, which was awesome. So I did it with the latte cake, and I also did it with just a regular kind of like, these are more, I'm going to say, tonal yarns. So really enjoyed doing that as well. So those are a few of my makes that I wanted to share with you, my favorite makes. So that concludes sharing some of my favorite makes of 2021. And I hope that you enjoyed the content. I want to know what your favorite makes were. Do you have any favorite yarn that you paired with a pattern? What were some of the choices that you made with color? Did you enjoy something that you thought you wouldn't expect to enjoy? And where did you find your patterns from? I'd love to learn a little bit more about your favorite makes for 2021 as well. And in 2022, as I mentioned, I haven't made a Make 9 card list of patterns that I want to jump to if I have any like mental blocks or creative blocks. So as I said, I have a lineup of project bags with patterns stuffed in them, yarns that I think will work well with the project. Maybe when I start a project, I might unbag or pull out the project bag, the pattern and the yarn choice, and talk to everyone about that. Get your feedback as well, because there were a couple of false starts in 21, and I would have appreciated having to chat about that with you before even starting the project. I know that with your wisdom that you've shared with me in the past, you've made some really, really invaluable comments and statements about certain choices, and I've really appreciated that. So it starts the dialogue happening again in a different way. So I might start doing that for 2022. And I want to say thank you to everyone who has joined in and encouraged me and also supported this channel, from watching videos to making comments to subscribing. And I want to say I've hit a milestone. 12,000 Yarny friends have pressed that subscribe button, and I just want to say thank you so much. It overall generally makes me feel that I'm making some sort of connection, which is the most important thing for me in these videos. So yeah, I hope that you'll come back and enjoy the next 12 months and enjoy the content that I create. I'll see you in the next video. Generally, I talk about my works in progress and my whips, but that I'll save for the next video. Okay, until that time, stay safe, be well, and enjoy the start of your 2022. Bye for now.